In this video, I'm going to be going step by step on how to achieve the most flawless makeup base using some of the best makeup products. So the number one key to achieving a flawless makeup base is the steps in which you take to prep your skin. You have to really understand your skin type and what your skin needs, because literally your skin is the base, it is the canvas for the makeup. So you want to make sure that you're having a really nice clean canvas. So I have dry skin, so I like to use a lot of hydrating and moisturizing products. But if you have oily skin, you might want to use different types of products that cater to your skin type, which I'm going to be talking about all that during the video. So the first thing is to get rid of all the dead skin cells on your skin. You want to do that either by cleansing your skin or just using a pad to kind of get rid of everything. I cleanse my skin once a day because I have dry skin. I don't want to strip my skin of the moisture and the hydration it already has. So I like to use a facial pad. So the one that I love is this ELEMIS Resurfacing facial pad. I love these pads because they give your skin a really nice smooth base, a smooth canvas. Like, it literally gets rid of all the dirt, all the oils, sebum, bacteria. There's so much stuff on your skin that you don't see with your natural eyes that you want to get rid of before applying any type of skincare products. These pads are quite expensive, but I really love them because I feel like they're worth it. They come in 60 pads, which is a lot. It can last you 2 months. I love these pads especially for dry skin because instead of stripping your skin of the hydration, it helps to add in hydration at the same time, take away all the dirt and impurities from my skin, but it still helps to hydrate my skin at the same time. So after using a facial pad, you want to add hydration onto your skin, and that is the perfect time to apply your serum. So I'm going to use the Verse Just Breathe Clarifying Serum. I love this because it's hydrating, but it doesn't add like excess oils or anything. So I feel like this is great for both dry skin and oily skin, and even if you have like combination and normal skin. This is also very affordable and it's very lightweight. I feel like it's perfect for before makeup. It's not sticky and it works really well with most makeup products. So a serum is basically supposed to help nourish your skin. So you want to use a serum that has really great ingredients for your skin because it helps to protect your skin while you're having the makeup on. So after a serum, you want to find a moisturizer that works perfectly for your skin. And I like to use a moisturizer with SPF during the day, and at night I like to stick to moisturizers that are just hydrating without SPF because you don't have any UV rays. So I like using this Farmacy Ultra-Hydrating Ceramide moisturizer. This does not have any SPF, so this is perfect to use for your nighttime makeup routine. But if you're wearing makeup during the day, then you definitely want to use a moisturizer with SPF to protect your skin. And I love this Supergoop Unseen sunscreen. So this has an SPF of 40. This is perfect because it's gonna protect your skin from the sun. It's also a weightless moisturizer and it's oil free, so it doesn't add any oils to your skin. It says it also acts as a makeup gripping primer, so this is perfect to use as a moisturizer and a primer at the same time. But I'm gonna go ahead and use the moisturizer because I want to add hydration onto my skin. So if you feel like your skin is really dry and it needs a lot of moisture, then you want to use a thick moisturizer that helps to seal and lock in moisture on your skin. Okay, so now it's time to apply the primer. So primer is that barrier between your skin and the makeup. So you always need to apply a primer when you're using makeup. When you're not using makeup, then it's not necessary for you to apply a primer. It more so helps protect your skin from the makeup products. So you want to find a good primer that works for your skin type. I love this Glowish Blur Jam by HUDA Beauty. It's a hydrating primer. It's silicone free, but it gives your skin a matte finish. So I mainly like to focus this primer on my T-zone area because this is usually the area that I usually want to mattify. And typically this is where my skin usually needs more protection because I need my makeup to last around my T-zone area more. So I just apply a generous amount and I focus at the center of my face. Whatever excess I have on my hands, I just pat it around my cheeks to make sure that I'm applying the primer all over my face. And this primer feels very, very hydrating. It's great for all skin types. Because it doesn't have any silicone, it most likely will work with most foundations. So lastly, for skincare, you want to lock all these skincare products in place, and a setting mist is a good product to use to help make sure that you're sealing all these products. And I like to use a setting mist with SPF because the moisturizer I used did not contain any SPF. So I'm gonna go in with the Milani Make It Last Sunscreen Setting Mist. I love the setting mist because it helps to lock my makeup in place for 16 hours. At the same time, it helps to hydrate my skin to make sure that my makeup lasts all day. After applying the mist, I like to go in with a beauty blender to just press it on my skin to make sure that I'm absorbing all the excess. And as you can see, the setting mist gives you more of that glowy, healthy skin-like finish, which I love. And this is exactly how I like to prep my skin before makeup. So now we're gonna jump right into the makeup. With the makeup, I like to start off with the concealer to cancel out darkness, just anything on my skin that has a little bit of darkness to help brighten up my skin. So I like to use an under eye brightener, and I've been loving this Rare Beauty under eye brightener. So this is not a concealer. It's supposed to help brighten up your face. So it comes with this metal applicator that's supposed to help cool your skin. And when your skin is cool, it helps to move your blood around, therefore not making your under eyes look so dark. So the shade that I use is medium tan. I like to use one that helps to brighten up my skin versus using one that's closer towards my skin color. So I like to mainly focus this on the areas of my skin that are dark, which is right underneath my eyes right there. And with this product, you want to apply a little bit. Take your finger and just blend it in. This is a perfect product to use underneath concealer or on top of concealer to help balance that color on your skin. It's not supposed to be a concealer. So I like to apply this the same way I would apply my eye cream, and as you can see, it gives a really nice balance under my eyes. It doesn't look too dark and it doesn't look too light either. You can also take this and apply it on the areas where you have a little bit of darkness and just use your finger to press it in. So after you do that, you want to go in with a foundation. So for foundation, you want to stick to a foundation that works for your skin type. I'm going to go in with a Revlon Color Stay Matte Foundation. Because I want this makeup base to be more so of a healthy skin type of base, I'm going to go ahead and add a complexion booster, and I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter in the shade Deep Fawn. So mixing these two products together will give me exactly what I'm going for, which is healthy skin. Because this is a matte foundation, I want to add the Flawless Filter to help give it more radiance so that it doesn't look too dry on my skin. So you want to give that a really good mix. And I like to go in and just apply it, focusing on the outer part of my face. You don't want to apply it at the center of your face just yet. And then also focusing a little bit on my forehead and on my chin. Then to blend it out, I'm going to use this Morphe foundation brush. This is the E63 brush. Then I like to go in with the setting mist and spray the brush, just because the brush can tend to be a little bit too dry, and it really helps to blend out that foundation so that it looks really smooth and won't cause any patchiness. So when blending out the foundation, you want to blend it downwards, focusing on the outer part of your face first. And as you can see, this technique gives my skin more of that healthy glow. Even though I've used a matte foundation, it just does not mattify my skin too much to where it takes away from that healthiness of my skin. So that's why I like to add in a complexion booster to help give it a little bit of radiance. So if you're somebody who's looking for more of an affordable option for the Flawless Filter, then e.l.f. has this Halo Glow liquid filter. So this is very similar to the Charlotte Tilbury. They basically do the same thing. It's a complexion booster. They have many different shades, and it just helps to give your skin a lot more radiance. But the e.l.f. Cosmetics one is just way more affordable. So after applying your foundation, I like to use a concealer that is hydrating, also one that is lightweight, not thick, and I also like to use one that has medium coverage in order to get a really nice flawless finish. So I love this Kosas Revealer Concealer. I use it in the shade 08. I feel like it's a perfect formulation for my under eyes. It doesn't leave my under eyes dry. At the same time, it helps to conceal everything under my eyes. So with this concealer, I like to place a small amount in the inner and outer portion of my eyes. That's exactly how I apply my concealer. Then I put a little bit on my forehead area, down the bridge of my nose, and my chin area. Then I like to go in with a small beauty blender to blend it out. This gives more precision versus using a really big one that's gonna absorb most of your concealer. So you just want to take this sponge and just lightly tap on that concealer to make sure it's completely blended out. And as you can see, the concealer has enough coverage. It looks very hydrating under my eyes, and it's not a thick creamy concealer, so it's not going to crease. Alright, so next we're going to go ahead and apply contour. And for contour, I like to use a contour that's about 4 to 5 shades darker than my skin tone. So I'm going to use this Black Opal Skin Perfecting Stick Foundation in the shade Cafe Au Bay. So to apply the contour, I like to take a contour brush, pick up a little bit of the product directly on the brush. I like this technique better than applying it directly on the skin because I feel like that can be a little bit too harsh. So using the applicator, I like to just slowly blend it in and this gives you a little bit more control with the product, so you don't apply too much and so that the contour won't be hard to blend. And with the contour, I also like to apply it on my forehead area, focusing mainly on my temples. I don't like to bring it all the way here. This is an area where I feel like light reflects on your skin, so you want to focus on your temples closer towards your hairline. And if you apply too much contour, you can go in with a beauty sponge and just absorb that product before using a setting powder. So when setting your skin, there's so many different types of setting powders, and you want to figure out which one you want to use in order to create a flawless makeup base. So one thing I would say is use very lightweight natural setting powders such as translucent setting powders, and the one that I really love is this Wet n Wild Photo Focus setting powder. So this is a very lightweight and very natural setting powder. It doesn't add too much coverage onto your skin, and what I like to do is go in, of course, and make sure to get rid of all those harsh lines to make sure that you're not setting any creases. And immediately I like to go in with a little bit of powder. Place that powder at the back of my hand to get rid of excess, and with this powder I like to focus it only on the inner part of my eyes. This is going to help give your skin that natural highlighted look without creating a flashback. Then next I like to go in with the Black Radiance setting powder. This is closer to the color of my skin, and this is also going to help prevent flashback because it has more of that natural color. It's not a translucent powder. So I like to take the sponge and do the same thing. Place it at the back of my hand and just set the outer part of my face. Now, you don't necessarily have to mix two powders. I like to mix two powders just to make sure that the inner part of my eyes still has a little bit of brightness and the outer part of my eyes just look really natural, closer towards the color of my skin, so that when I take a picture with flash, it does not show. So I like to take this setting powder and just set all over the areas that I applied concealer and the other areas of my skin that contains oils. So I'm going to use the MAC Fix Plus Stay Over Long Lasting Setting Spray. So a setting mist is going to help lock all this makeup in place so that it looks like your natural skin, and it also gives you a really nice flawless finish. But you also want to know some of the best tips and best products to use to get your makeup to last on 12 plus hours. And that's why you really have to watch this video, because in this video I go over some of the best tips that will get your makeup to last on longer.
KLJ, welcome to a channel where it's poppin'.